It's arbitration day and people are playing Let's Make a Deal.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode with my pal Alex and Feisty Pants.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Alex's Toy Show. Supporting the Yankees over here, and we're talking deadline for players to make arbitration deals before it has to go to the arbitration hearings. They have until 1 o'clock, and then shit hits the fan. It's a little after 11 right now. Look at Feisty Pants. He's so big now. Every day he's just a day bigger than the last, and he's so cute with a little face. Okay. When you guys have kids, you'll understand. I've been taking some notes. There is quite a lot of players. Look at all these players. Still available. Big names like Jose Bautista, Mark Trumbo. And pitchers. I mean, there's more than that. I'll get to that in a minute. Some couple of things that just happened. I've been watching MLB Network, and it was, that's when you want to watch baseball and you want some facts. I mean, provided that you don't have the Yes Network, because Comcast sucks. Although they did just strike a deal with the Yes Network that is going to bring the Yankees back to Comcast. Probably not by spring training, but they are going to make it hopefully by the All-Star break. So better late than never, as heard in Ghostbusters 2 when the Titanic docks. Yes, and is it Cheech? Yeah, Cheech Marin. He's the dock attendant, and he's like, better late than never. All right, so I have pages upon pages of pages. I have my own list going on. Chris Jericho, I could teach him a couple of things. I was watching MLB today, and Allison Footer was on from MLB Network. She's a Houston correspondent. I don't even know anything about her, but she was talking about the Hall of Fame today, and how Biggio took him 3 years to get in, and Jeff Bagwell should get in this year. I'm hoping, because, I mean, if you haven't seen Jeff Bagwell play, you need to watch him play. The man was... You know who Anthony Rizzo reminds me a lot of Jeff Bagwell. Rizzo was... Remember that one play? It was all over the news where, like, somebody was button, and Rizzo was right there, and he double play, and it was like, oh, Rizzo's great! That's Jeff Bagwell, with just as much power. Now, the only thing that hurt Jeff Bagwell was all the injuries, and, he didn't have that holy crap numbers, because he didn't play so long. And, but I mean, you gotta credit him for what he did play. Now, earlier this morning, let's see, the Dodgers agreed to terms with Jose Miguel Fernandez from Cuba. The Twins signed a minor league contract with catcher Chris Jimenez with an invite to spring training. A couple people avoided arbitration for the Mets. Let's see, that was Lucas Duda and Adam Wilk. Baltimore avoided arbitration with Ryan Flaherty and TJ McFarland. The White Sox, Dan Jennings and Jake Petreka. Cleveland signed Dan Otero. Detroit signed Andrew Romine. It's got to be related to Kevin Romine, right? And who's the other Romine? Austin Romine in the Yankees organization, the catcher? Unless they shipped him out. Crap, I lost so much track last year. I don't even know. Danny Espinosa for the Angels, Drew Hutchison for the Pittsburgh Pirates, and Jared Hughes for the Pirates. Matt Adams on first base at St. Louis. And Ezekiel Carrera and Darwin Barney for Toronto. All arbitration cases resolved there. Neil Kotz, left-handed pitcher. He signed a minor league contract with the Nationals. And Chris Denorfia, he's an outfielder with the Colorado Rockies. He signed a minor league contract with them. The Pirates invited 1, 2, 3, there's got to be like 20 players here, non-roster invitees to spring training. Bunch of other minor league contract handed out. The big one most recently was back on the 5th. Edwin Encarnacion signs a big deal, 3 years with the Cleveland Indians. Says, F you, Toronto. Toronto wasn't going to give him the money. I kind of knew that coming. Rajai Davis, when he comes up to bat in the World Series, and he actually made an impact in the very end of the game. But I was like, who is Rajai Davis? And yeah, he signed a. I mean, ultimately the Cubs won and the Indians lost, but he signed a 1-year deal with Oakland. Drew Storen signed a 1-year deal with Cincinnati on the 3rd. He's a pitcher. Ivan Nova traded to the Pirates last year from the Yankees. The Yankees just said, we're going for it at the trade deadline, and they did. They made a huge impact at the trade deadline. They dumped out a lot of players. Not that they were crap, but you know what? It was they each had opportunities to go elsewhere, and the Yankees benefited from it. And the Yankees really benefited from it because they went to being like, I want to say it was like 9 games out. And they, in the last half of the season after the trade deadline, they were actually contenders in the wild card race. So by trading away these star players and bringing up the rookies to play, like Gary Sanchez, they made a run. They made a good run for it. They didn't make it, but they made it. So I'm looking forward to this year with the Yankees. Greg Bird's coming back, and they signed Aroldis Chapman back. They signed Matt Holliday for some DH power. I would like to see them give Didi Gregorius and Starlin Castro top of the order positions, and maybe move Gardner and Ellsbury to the bottom if they don't get traded in the next month. Because, I mean, I love the two of them, but they really did not produce last year. Gardner's having a tough couple of years, honestly. And I want to say, like, Didi and Starlin Castro, they did. Didi had another great year with the organization, and Starlin Castro comes in, and he performs, So it's like, why punish these guys at the bottom of the lineup? Move them up. I think like batting Greg Bird, then if you put Bird third, Bird is third, Bird is the word. That is the word, Bird is third, Bird is the word. So you put Bird third, then Gary Sanchez fourth, and then Holliday, and then Aaron Judge, or Judge then Holliday. I mean, it depends if Judge makes the club. I'm sure he will, because, I mean, there's nobody left, so that you have to at least give him the chance. I mean, the guy's going to hit a ton. I would put him fifth, and then Holliday sixth. That's what I would do. Need some fuel. You all drink that Monster shit. Pepsi's the way to go. All right, so who else? Ivan Nova. He signed a 3-year deal with the Pirates back in December 27th. Ross Ollendorf, Yankees farmhand, came up, made a good couple of years with the Yankees, and then shipped out to other teams. He's sent it off to Japan baseball. So is Xavier Scruggs, not Scrubs. Catcher Alex Avila signed a 1-year contract with the Tigers. Big names here, big names. Ben Revere, center fielder for the Nationals. He signed a one-year deal with the Angels. Justin Turner, third base for the Dodgers, gets another 4 years. He played some good ball. I don't know. Brad Ziegler, he's a reliever for the Red Sox. He signed with Miami for 2 years. Clay Buchholz. Now, I don't know what's up with this guy. He's a big starter for Boston. Maybe he had a bad couple of years, but they traded him to the Phillies. I mean, it's like the Phillies is where, like, star players go to die. Look at Ryan Howard. I don't know what's going on in the Phillies. Now, don't get me wrong. I love going to Blue Claws games, but, whatever. So he got traded for infielder Josh Tobias. Now, was that a 1-for-1 deal? Because that doesn't sound very great. I did not take those kind of notes. Julius Shacking it up. He signed a 1-year deal with the Padres. Let's see. Nick Goody. Nick Goody used to be with the Yankees. I got cards from all you fans in fan mail of 2016 Topps Baseball Nick Goody cards. They traded him out to, let's see, the Indians, I'm sorry, for a player to be named later, or cash, which is pretty shitty because I thought he was a pretty good pitcher. I don't know. Richard Clayton signed a 1-year deal with the Padres. Or re-signed with the Padres, I'm sorry. Wellington Castillo is a catcher for the Arizona Diamondbacks. He signed with Baltimore for a year with an option for a second year. Junichi Tazawa signed with Miami for 2 years. Aroldis Chapman, that was one of the guys the Yankees got back. 5 years to Aroldis Chapman. Mike Dunn is a reliever. Signed with the Rockies for 3 years. A couple of 1-year contracts here. Andres Blanco signed with the Phillies for a year. Derek Holland signed with the White Sox for a year. Tommy Malone signed with Milwaukee for a year. Who signs with Milwaukee? Where's that Minnesota I'm thinking of? I don't think either of them are that good. And Koji Uehara, once a big name in Baltimore, not so much in Boston. He had a rough couple of years in Boston, I think. But he went to the Cubs and for a year, and I think he's going to turn his career around. which is going to be great. I can't wait to see that happen. Ian Desmond signs with the Rockies for 5 years. That's a big old contract. He's going to hit a lot of home runs over there, I think. Carlos Gomez signs with Texas for a year. Look at all these players on the list. Okay. Martin Maldonado. Logan Andrusek. I think I butchered that. Signed with the Orioles for a year. A.J. Ellis, he's a catcher, signed with Miami for a year. Jeff Locke is a pitcher. He signed with Miami for a year. And Dustin McGowan signed with Miami for a year. He's a pitcher also. Who is lighting up my text messages? What did I leave off? Wilson Ramos, that's who I did. He's a catcher for the Nationals. He signed with Tampa Bay for 2 years. Dexter Fowler. You know, I gotta love Dexter Fowler. He had no job, like, the day before spring training started. And the Cubs are like, get Dexter Fowler. So they got him. And he performed. And what did he do now? He signed a 1-year deal with the Cubs. He got himself a 5-year contract with the Cardinals. You go, Dexter. That's what I'm talking about. Work hard and you will benefit? You will be paid? I don't know. He got the contract he was looking for. Fernando Rodney signed with the Diamondbacks for a year. Mitch Moreland. You know, I forget who it is that I was tweeting to kind of recently. It was about a month ago. And we were talking about baseball, and I said they were a Boston fan. Who you are, you're going to comment on this video. I know it. And it's cool because I can't remember who it was. But they're like, I said, yeah, I'd like to see Boston do really well. I mean, they traded for Chris Sale, they got David Price, but David Ortiz is a big loss to that, to that lineup. And they said, oh yeah, no, they replaced David Ortiz. And I'm like, with who? And he says, Mitch Moreland. I LOL'd out loud. Boston gives him a 1-year contract. There you go. Wade Davis, relief pitcher for the Kansas City Royals. He went to the Cubs in a trade for Jorge Soler. Adam Eaton signed a 1-year deal. No, he was traded. I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh, this is the big deal that Bryce Harper was pissed about. He got traded for 3 pitchers. Ronaldo Lopez, Dayton Dunning, and Lucas Giolito. I think I butchered that. Oh, that's my Royal Rumble notes. A couple more things, and then we'll call it a day. Matt Holliday, 1-year deal to the Yankees. Joaquin Benoit, 1-year deal to the Phillies. Juan Moncada was in the Chris Sale trade. That involved Chris Sale to the Red Sox, and the Red Sox shipped out outfielder Luis Alexander Basabe, third base Juan Moncada, and 2 pitchers, Victor Diaz and Michael Kopech. Yep. Carlos Beltran signed a 1-year deal with the Astros. Rich Hill signed 3 years with the Dodgers. Jeff Mathis is a catcher. He signed 2 years with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Mark Melancon, one of the big closers out there on the market, signed 4 years with the Giants. Giants have put together a team, man. They need a few more players. They're going to make a run at this. Steve Pearce, outfielder. He signed 2 years with the Toronto Blue Jays. Casey Fine, as a pitcher, he signed 1 year. 1 year with the Mariners. And Mark Rezepsinski. Oh, I hope I didn't butcher that. He's got too many consonants in his name. He signed 2 years with the Seattle Mariners. You know, the Seattle Mariners have made 50-some-odd transactions in 2 years, and Jerry Dipoto, he knows what he's doing. He's putting together a monster team around Cano, Nelson Cruz, and Xavier Hernandez. King Felix is who I'm thinking of. And they're putting together a team. I think I saw on MLB they said there's 9 players left on the original roster from 2 years ago after they made 50-something trades. Edison Volquez signed 2 years with the Marlins. Marlins are putting together a team. Jason Castro is a catcher. He signed 3 years with the Twins. Yoenis Cespedes, that was a big deal. 4 years re-upped with the Mets. I don't know about that guy. I mean, he can perform, but I mean, when you miss the ball in the outfield and you stand there while it's rolling past you and somebody else has to come get it, what the hell's wrong with you, man? Fucking go get the ball. Matt Joyce signed 2 years with Oakland. Sean Rodriguez, 2 years with Atlanta. You should see this list. It's got to be like 10 pages long. Logan Verrett traded for cash to the Orioles. Eric Thomas, first base, 3 years with Milwaukee. Josh Reddick, big outfielder, big name in the outfield. He's signed 4 years with Astros. Oh my God, I'm watching The Price is Right in the background. This is going on 20 minutes. I need to trim this down. Brett Cecil signed 4 years with the St. Louis Cardinals. Andrew Kashner, 1 year with the Texas Rangers. Drew Butera roll. 2 years with the Kansas City Royals, and Kendrys Morales signed 3 years with Toronto. They're looking to make a comeback here. Brian McCann, big name in the Yankees organization, catcher, did pretty good. Yeah, they traded him away to Houston for right-handed pitcher Albert Abreu and right-handed pitcher Jorge Guzman. Both were prospects in the organization. R.A. Dickey signed a 1-year deal with the Braves, and Andrew Bailey signed a 1-year deal with the Angels. Josh Colementer signed a 1-year deal with Atlanta. Yunel Escobar, third base for the Angels, got another year. Vidal Nuno with the Dodgers was traded for catcher Carlos Ruiz to the Mariners. Giovanni Soto, pitcher for the Oakland A's, claimed off waivers by the White Sox. Yeah, and that tops a big list. Now, there's a couple of key dates here. You know, like I said, 1 p.m., it's 20 minutes later, so 1 p.m. is going to be the deadline. I'll probably have something next week for some more free agents and whatever else goes on in the next 2 hours. Wednesday, January 18th, the Hall of Fame gets announced. I'm going to have another Hall of Fame video. I got to do a little more homework, and I'll put that up. And then February starts salary arbitration hearings for whatever doesn't work out today. February 14th, pitchers and catchers report to spring training. Man, I can't wait. Some people think it's Valentine's Day. Maybe for people who are dating someone or married. Us baseball guys, it's pitchers and catchers report to spring training. February 17th, 3 days later, position players report to spring training, and things get started in the Grapefruit and Cactus Leagues on the 24th. March 6th starts the World Baseball Classic, and then the finals are the 20th. And then April 2nd is opening night, and April 3rd is opening day. And all of a sudden, it'll be summertime.